Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play a Paint Alive. Hope you guys are having a good, Thursday? Thursday evening. And here we go with another one of these. So, I do understand it's been a while since I have streamed. In fact, I haven't streamed since like Sunday or something like that. Could be a personal low for me. Truth be told, there is some personal stuff going on. I don't know if you know this. I did lose my sister last week. She was very ill, and despite her being ill for a long time, um, she, it's still tragic for her to lose her life because she had kids. So it was still a little bit of a rough spot, but at the same time, I feel a little relieved in that my sister finally has some rest, but I still feel very awful for her kids. So my heart goes out to them, and for those of you who have already sent me messages of support and so on, I really appreciate that. So we are just going to leave that there because that's where it needs to be. So once again, thanks everybody for your support. But I've been taking it kind of light this week regarding the streaming. That said, still making plenty of videos. As you can see, there's a lot of Aristeia videos that came out. They're not the highest quality videos, but they get the job done, right? If you're going to get into that game, they get the job done. So, without further ado, let's jump into what we're painting tonight. And like I said, we're taking it slow. It's all about the slow jams. So we're gonna. I'll show you what we are working on. We're working on the last two members of Jose's Soldiers of Fortune. Okay, so and you can see there's actually quite a bit done on them already. You can see this is Hannibal. So Hannibal, you can see he's got a lot of his colors already down, and it's just going to be a matter of teasing out that last bit of detail. Hoping that we can help this design pop a little bit more. So we have Hannibal, and we also have a Senor Massacre, right? So there he is. There's old boys to men. What's up, Jacob Frelinger? How's it going, dude? So yeah, we got just painting up some Aristeia. So we got Senor Massacre here. This is from the Infinity Box Soldiers of Fortune. This is the metal kit, and you know how I'm a metal mini snob. I have already painted the two ladies here, Valkyrie and Lakshmi, and I love them like dearly. I don't know. I don't really need this set at all. This is Jose's box, by the way. I don't really need this set at all, but I really love that Lakshmi. I just wish she wasn't holding a gun because I want to use her like 100% for Aristeia, and I don't really like that Valkyrie's holding a gun either. It just kind of bugs me. But we're gonna. So I don't know. Maybe I end up not buying this set, but I the other thing I don't really like about this set, I'm gonna bitch about something that I like. It's typical me. I don't like tactical trash cans. Okay, there's I almost feel like the trash cans are kind of as much a part of this set as the miniatures. Right? It's not soldiers of trash cans, but you can see. Look at how prominent the trash cans are. There are as many trash cans on these four models as there are Aristos. So yeah. I still love this model. This model, I could live or die without. And these two models they're okay. Tactical rocks are superior to tactical trash cans. Are they? I don't know. I mean, at least for Infinity, they recognize that you can't just do tactical rock. Um, you have to at least do tactical trash cans. I it's frustrating with that. I'm going to pick on night models for a second. The Batman miniatures, they have tactical rock where it's not appropriate. Like they'll have like a full on uh, like a technolot half cobblestone or a full cobblestone base, and suddenly there's tactical rock sitting in the middle of it, and it always involves a Robin. There's always like one of the either Nightwing, Red Hood, and any Robin, and their legs are always like super spread out, and they have to slam tactical rock to keep their legs as wide apart as possible, so that they don't hit the actual base. By the way, absolutely hate 25 millimeter bases. Hate them with a passion. It's probably one of the main reasons why I cannot like Infinity. Is I just like it's time to leave 25 millimeter alone. Okay, 25 millimeter is for stuff like if you're playing Saga, or if you're playing SPQR, if you're playing Hail Caesar. Okay, put them on 25 millimeter. This is science fiction. This is Infinity. This is Corvus Belli. Come on, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna stop bitching. Stop. I promise. We're gonna stop bitching. We're just gonna do a little bit of painting, a little bit of tickling here on these models to try to tease some more of this detail out. But yeah. So I don't know if you guys are working on any projects. Let me know what you're painting, what you should be painting. This is what we're gonna paint some of this tonight. All right, since we got Guild Ball people here, let me show you this dope project that also is coming up. It's on the horizon. Look at this. Okay, we all love Navigator's Angel, right? We just started her. All right, we all love her. One of the main reasons why I wanted to play Navigators. Turns out she's kind of bad on the Navigators. And you got Siren, right? Gotta love Siren. Look at that. She's holding Mist's baby. This is your baby, Mist. They never resolved that story. They just killed Mist with furious stampeding. So we got Angel, and then oh my gosh, we got our hands on one of these. We got our hands on one of these. This is it, and this actually is not mine. Kevin got this because they shirked him of what he really wanted from his last Steamforged order, and they gave him one of these. And he said, Octave, you want to paint this? And I said, yes, I do. I do want to paint this. It's a fit. This is a great miniature. This is a great Windfinder. Her plastic sculpt is okay. It's okay. It's not on this level, right? It's not. That is tell the tale, Windfinder. Anyway, that is on the horizon, people. Officially hate me. Super jealous. Good. I would hate me too. Looking forward to the hate mail. But yeah, it's I don't get to keep it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really need to keep it. I'm happy enough. I'm not really I don't have the collecting gene as hard as many other like miniature gamers, which is why I like it. It's one of those attributes that makes me a pretty good commission painter, because I don't really need to keep stuff that I'm not playing. I just want the experience of painting it, right? I don't need to keep this. He's not in my 8 for Aristeia, so I don't need to keep him. I want to paint him. He's cool. But anyways, But yes, I do appreciate your jealousy, Jacob, and I will savor your tears, sir. They will be quite delicious. Just so you know. All right, all right. Uh, but yeah, that's on the horizon. I got that on the horizon. We're working on some Aristeia right now. Um, you know what else I did? Well, I'll show you. That's not even relevant right now. But I will rest assured we will be working on more Guild Ball stuff in the not too distant future, and I'm not just talking about that navigator stuff. All right, and I'm gonna get a little creative with the bases too. So there's that. All right. So little, I'm just gonna do really fine little detail work here on Mr. Hannibal. And you guys can tell me what's up. Like what are, I guess, the question for the Guild Ball folks. You know, what else have you picked up? What has been your? I'm just gonna call it out. What has been your consolation prize for Guild Ball? Right? Who's into whose loving miniature arms have you run? Now I'm not insinuating anything about you abandoning our old girl here, because I'm not abandoning Guild Ball. I'm still painting Guild Ball, still playing Guild Ball. My local meta here, we're all still pretty amped to continue playing Guild Ball, at least in Orange County, right? And some of the folks from San Diego still committed to driving up to play in our events. So we're keeping it, but we're all kind of looking at at the horizon going, what can I play that is supported by my store? Because that's a big thing for me, right? I love that my store, Comic Quest, which should always get a shout out. I should just give them a shout out every single stream I ever do, because they are the best, literally the best. You know, LGS that I can think of. When Guild Ball, when this whole thing went down, and I told them, like, okay, we're, from an official standpoint, we're done, right? There's no more, there's gonna be no more thing for us. And their first question back to me was, well, do you still love Guild Ball? Right? Do you still want to play Guild Ball? And I said, well, yeah, of course. Still love the game. Still want to play it. And, and they said, well, then I don't see what the problem is. Play it as much as you like. We'll continue to support you. And I said, well, but you'll be supporting a product that at some point you won't be able to stock. You can't reliably stock it right now. And they said, that's fine. We want you to keep running things here. We want you to keep promoting your community. And like, that was just such a big deal for me. Like, that was such a big show of support, that they want us to continue to have fun. And I said, okay. I said, well, thank you, and we will continue to play and host Guild Ball events at Comic Quest, but realistically, we have to do something that gets people into the store to reliably buy products. I do get like street level, zealous with regards to. I think I just made up slang there. With regards to supporting my LGS, right? Because I have to realize that, like, the reason why, they're a big part of the reason why I, over the years I've been able to enjoy this hobby was because they supported me all throughout. If I was playing Eldorado, if I was playing Anima Tactics, if I was playing any of the Ninja Division stuff, if I was promoting Malifaux, they didn't care when Andrew was promoting Wrath of Kings. They didn't care. They like us. They want us in the store. They want us playing. They want positive people around them. They want good, they want good, healthy gaming communities. And sometimes that means that we're not just playing the the same GW stuff. And let's face it, if I was promoting GW stuff and like everybody else, we could get more butts and seats. We could get more people to the store to buy stuff. There actually, as it turns out, there's an excellent sort of GW volunteer for the store, and he does just that. Right? I'm not saying I could do his job, by the way. But I could go that route, right? I could go that route and go, well, let's just pick something that's really popular that we know people will show up for, just to support the store, so that we have that space there. But the store has always been, we want you to have fun, right? We want you to have fun. We want you to promote what you like, and tell us what you like, and we'll figure out a way to get in the store. When I was like super big into Rumble Slam, kind of on a whim, they're like, okay, they brought all the Rumble Slam in, and it didn't pan out, and they're gonna put it all on sale and whatnot, and it's gonna be dope. We're gonna get some Rumble Slam. Hey, what's up, Jose? But it's just like I said, just that level of support. And yeah, Jacob, I consider myself extremely fortunate to have a really good supportive LGS. Backing what we want to do, and just backing our little group of cool people throwing down games. All right, he's looking pretty good. But right, it's always that last little bit of detail there. We're gonna light up these fancy trash cans. But yeah, so I got derailed there, praising the store. We're still looking at what are some things we can run at the store that are supported systems, and that for the good of the store would be great to get people involved in. And one of my things is this game, is Aristeia. The more I've been playing this game, the more I'm really, really, really starting to appreciate it for what it is, and really like it for what it is. It just has a really nice theme. The game it could be, because it's a opposed dice rolling. The game can swing pretty hard one way or another. That's just that is something that you kind of accept, that like, yeah, I wish it didn't have to be that way. But at the same time, it does mean that new players should have a slightly better experience playing a little more random game, right, against veteran players. I was teaching my son a little bit tonight, and he killed my Parvati with a contender. Because of course he did. Of course he rolled double stars on his single orange roll and killed my Parvati. But I mean, that's it's one of those things that hardcore miniature gamers look down on. We're like, we don't like that part of the game, but it does make Aristeia that slightly lighter game to play. That said, there's a lot of organized play stuff for Aristeia, and my whole thing with Aristeia is, I've been doing this on my channel all week, but basically saying that I think it's one of the best gateway miniature gaming experiences out there, and I would love to be able to get more people that have never played miniature games before, to get them to look at Aristeia, maybe try out Aristeia, because I do think it especially if you're a painter, if you're one of those people that goes to Comic Quest to just buy really nice miniatures and have fun painting something, then I think this would be really right up your alley, right? You could now. It would be annoying to be like, oh, I'm going to buy this. And imagine if I was just walking into the game and I'm like, I'm going to buy this because this is an Aristeia team. And damn it, if I don't get to play tactical trash cans as a team, I'm going to do that, right? So let's say I was just walking in. I'm like, man, these are 4 really nice models. This box costs me like, I don't know, we'll say $40 on the outside. Something like that. So I buy that, and I'm gonna be like, "Let's play some Aristeia." I would be a little disappointed to hear like, "Oh no, you can't really. You gotta have your cards from the plastic sets." Now they can fix that with their app, which you can at least access your card and so forth with your app, but you can't access your tactics deck. If they did that completely online, it would be amazing, but I think they would be a little foolish to do it because then you have less reason to buy kit, right? So it would be good for me, probably a little bad for Corvus Belli. Let's see. There's nothing like seeing your OP attack backfiring because your Major Luna rolls all blanks and Parvati with no attacks rolls multiple stars. Oh god, yeah. Are you talking about that last game, Jose? Yeah, that was bad times. That was bad times for you. That was good times for Gata, obviously. Very good times for Gata. But yeah, I don't know. I think this game is fantastic. Like you could, especially let's say, I mean, how many different types of people could you potentially lure into this game? I just talked about one, which is kind of the painter collector. You know, let's say Nelson, right? Nelson is like he would look at Aristeia and go, I've never played Infinity, right? But these minis are super cool, and I want to get a set painted, and throw down. And Octave says it's not quite as difficult a climb as say Guild Ball for the newbie. So let's give it a try. And even if I don't like it, I get these really, really cool looking minis out of it, right? So you could get that player. You could get the miniature painter hobbyist going, oh man, that alt sculpt, I need it. It's so cool. And then when you explain to them, well, you only need 4 and you could play, right? Then you potentially have them on board. Then you have the board game people that are interested in playing it. Then you have MOBA players. You have people that play League, and it's like, I've never played a miniature game before. And you're like, well, how do you feel about MOBAs? Oh, I played MOBAs. Okay, well, here, try this out. You'll understand the theme of the game, right? Walking into it. So it has a lot of means, a lot of connectors to get you started in the miniature game hobby. Let's see. Honestly, though, even with the swinging of those dice, I still really enjoy the game. Yeah, I was like so lukewarm about Aristeia for the longest time, and the more cool sculpts that came out, the more I was like, okay, now I need another excuse to play it. And I'm telling you, me and Sean played King of the Hill, which I used to think was the worst scenario in Aristeia. I'm like, that's boring, right? You're just trying to keep that center objective, and you score points for parking there and punching people, but it really doesn't play that way at all, actually. I mean, you can play it that way, but there's a lot. It is a lot more dynamic, especially with all the new characters out. What you can actually do, and we ended up playing it and having just really putting together a super fun game out of it. So I was really impressed by that. I was like, wow, I did not think that scenario really had any legs. I did not think it was very good or interesting. But when you combine that scenario with what's available now with Aristeia, it's pretty damn fun. Like, I can pretty much enjoy any Aristeia, even Scorched Earth, even some of the stuff that I was always kind of like, not really that interested in. Because I like to play a lot of support characters, so I don't really like the what I consider to be straight up face punching. Well, you don't have to play it that way, and that's cool, right? It's kind of like, in that sense, it's kind of like Guild Ball 2, where you don't have to play only trying to score goals or only trying to beat people up. You can play that combo game. You can play really weird builds and have really weird specific win conditions and win plans. So, anyways, I know I'm rambling on quite a bit. Let's see. I tried Marvel Crisis Protocol, but superheroes aren't my bag. I'm waiting on a starter for Bushido. Yeah, a lot of Guild Ball players are looking at Bushido. I've always really liked I like Bushido in theory. My main thing that I really like about Bushido, 2x2 board. My favorite. I'm like, I really, Relic Blade is cool because it plays on the 2x2. I really want to play more 2x2 miniature games. I feel like that's such a nice little sweet spot. That 2x2 would be super fun. We could go to Jacob. Here's one thing, man. We really did miss you. At the Last Kingdom Cup. Well, that's because I really wanted to bring you to Gamecraft Brew, and set up a table, play a couple games down there with you, man. That would have been awesome. I think you would really dig that joint. Not that I know Seattle's got plenty of Card Kingdom is like next to that board game bar. I don't know if is it the same owner or whatever. Well, anyways, I know you've got that in Seattle, but I wanted you to have to enjoy that with you down here in Orange County. So maybe next year, dude. I mean, I'm still going to be throwing a cup next year, right? As long as we keep the momentum going, there is going to be a cup. It's not going to be the Kingdom Cup, but that is the plan. So hopefully next year you can make it down. Maybe I can make it back up to Seattle. I haven't been to Seattle in years, man. I know I got 2 small kids. That makes it hard for me to travel, but I don't know. We were so down to go to Chicago this year to play in that team tournament. I still want to play in the team tournament, dude. If you would consider throwing a team tournament up in your area, you think you can get the players? I will, if you're like, Octave, I need 24 players. I need 24 players. I will try to get you a team from here. I know Michael would hop on a team with me if he wanted to. Then that means we only need one other person to come up. And I bet Kevin would. Kevin's going to have a kid. I don't know. We'll see. But I could probably get one more person. That's what I'm saying. Or Michael could get one more person. We could make the trip up. But anyways, I still haven't played in my team tournament. That's my thing, right? That was like one of my main goals in Guild Balls. I wanted to play in a team tournament, and it still hasn't happened. So, still going for that. But yeah, Cyberpunk Parvati's so cool. Parvati is back in my 8. That's right. I have all. Right now, my 8, my Aristeia 8 is all waifu, the whole thing. I kicked Musashi out of my 8, which sounds crazy because he's amazing, and it's kind of ridiculous to not have Musashi or Wild Bill in your 8. But people do it. I've been finding new awesome stuff you could do with Prism, stuff you could do with Dart. I'm gonna always feel Dart. Dart is you know, how strongly I feel about Midas. Like Dart is right. I gotta. Ooh, it's a little crusty here, but I gotta get this over to Michael. This is his. What's going on with that? Why is it all crusted out there? Weird. It's all weird. Anyways, with how much I love playing Midas in Guild Ball. That's like Dart is like that for me in Aristeia. Love having Dart on my teams. My issue though is if I'm in a scenario where somebody bans Dart, I don't have a ranged. I don't have that sort of ranged DPS to hang, so I would have to go with Luna, who's also still pretty awesome. It's a Cherokee gets refreshing well built. Yeah. Anyways, let's. So we've got to just lighten up this dude. Looking for the right blue. But yeah, I don't know. So I really like Aristeia. Malifaux's, still a perennial for me. So tomorrow I may get in some Malifaux if I can game late in the day. I may get in some Malifaux, maybe some Guild Ball. I would really love to have that lunchtime Aristeia game though. I need it. Someone meet me, play Aristeia with me at lunch. Come on, man. What do I do with that box? I don't like that Massacre has kind of lighter armor plates, right? In certain spots. I'm not really down for that, but whatever. We'll make it work. It just doesn't look right. He's supposed to be Deadpool. He should be darker looking. But whatever. But yeah. So really, the 3 games that have kind of popped up for me, Aristeia, Batman Miniatures game, and Malifaux 3rd edition. And there's stuff that I really like about all 3 of the games. I feel like of the 3, though, Aristeia is the game that you can always. It's like the Jello of miniature games. There's always room for it, right? It's not a big game. It's very easy to pick up. It's a fantastic sort of gateway game, like I keep pointing out. And I really want to see, if we can build a community around Aristeia, especially a more casual community, what that looks like, and when you have a community full of casual players, you can branch out into all other kinds of stuff, not just keep playing the game that you're playing. Right? There may be people in that group that may end up being Malifaux players. There may be people that end up being, Batman 3rd edition players. People that end up playing all kinds of stuff. You could even get a Guild Ball player out of them. Who knows? My new Plastic Massacre is already Deadpool red, so I'm fine with the current shade you have on the metal. Okay. Well, I'm going to punch it up a little bit just so you can see, right? So you can see a little more of the detail. I'm not going to make it white, but I am going to punch it up a little bit. And then I'm going to punch up this red a little bit more too. I just want him to be. I don't know. I guess you can kind of already tell that he's Deadpool, but we gotta tell the tale here, right? He's gotta look the part. As long as I do it without completely losing that identity there. But yeah, let's see what kind of group we might be able to put together for Aristeia. I wanted to throw an event for Aristeia in October. That's starting to look very difficult because it's both my boys have their birthdays this month, so that basically wipes out one of the weekends. Two, there is a paint day that happens in October, and then three, Extra Life is still. Extra Life is still up in the air. I don't even know how we could run that type of event with COVID. I have to talk to Kelly about that. I don't know if we can feasibly do that. And that kind of breaks my heart a little bit, right? Because I still want to support the charity, but I may be limited to just online type support. October birthdays. Yeah. Both of my sons are born in October. Octavius is born October 11th, and Darius is born October 1st. So, cannot make that up. A man named Octave has two sons born in October. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more pop out of him. But yeah, I hope. I don't know. I don't know that we have a good answer for Extra Life. Oh, you're born. Okay, so you got the same birthday as my soon-to-be 4-year-old, who had a terrible accident today. This kid, he is. I was kind of joking around with people because Octavius, my eldest, is a very cerebral kid. He's very, he has super high vocabulary. He can win arguments with adults, no problem. Very articulate kid, but also, physically a very gentle guy, right? Let me show off something he's done. Right, so this is Octavius, my 6-year-old, did this. He painted this last night, this bone devil, and it is freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome, right? He painted that last night with me, and so he's very talented, very sharp kid, but also, like I said, probably a little bit more on the timid, cerebral side. Whereas Darius, my soon-to-be 4-year-old, he is fearless, and he's a very physical kid. He stomps around the house, and like I said today, he ran headfirst into a pole. He was at his preschool, and he ran headfirst into a pole, and we get this call like, "Hey, your son, he may have hurt himself, and he wants mom and dad, someone to come get him, right?" So I go to get him, and and I'm like, "Yeah, my son, he's kind of a daredevil. He runs, he runs with his head down, and he'll run full speed at stuff. And the teacher was like, no, he saw at the pole, and he just ran straight into it. He just ran at it with like reckless abandon, that is Darius. He is kind of the reckless abandon kid. So he's gonna be the physicality. He's gonna be the daredevil kid, and Octavius is gonna be, I guess, more the mastermind, right? But they're great kids. So Octavius is going to go back to school. He starts a hybrid style learning next week, where he physically has to go into school. But that isn't even the least of it. Apparently, they've got to bring their computers to school with them, and I'm like, he's 6. How are they? He's going to be expected to set up and boot up his computer, pull up everything he needs to know to be in that classroom. It's a disaster. We'll see. I have my doubts. My kid is smart and everything, but he doesn't know how to troubleshoot a PC, and I'm going to have to give him one of my laptops to get, to go to school. And yes, I know, I have a few laptops. That's not really the issue. It's more of the, he's a 6-year-old. What if he left it somewhere? What if he just kind of, he runs off to play and he leaves this laptop somewhere? That's what I'm mainly concerned about. Like, they'll pick him up one day and he'll forget that he's supposed to have it, or it'll fall into a puddle, right? There's all kinds of stuff that could happen with that. So, I don't know. It's better than you could do, Jacob. It's better than, Jesus, it's better than I could do on that particular model for sure. All right. And I want to strengthen the leather parts here, parts of his outfit. So we'll do that. Maybe a bit brown here. All right. And then we'll really punch up this red, the red armor, because that's really the part that needs the most attention. And red can always be notoriously difficult to paint. So let's punch up this leather, the leather straps here. But yeah, really enjoying this game. I want to play some Malifaux again too. We'll see how that goes. Malifaux, I also really like. I feel like Malifaux though is kind of a lifestyle decision. If you're gonna play Malifaux, you don't really play anything else, and that's what kind of has me bummed out. Like, I really like it, but it's just that game that just soaks up all kinds of bandwidth. Right, and I want to play lots of little different games. I don't want, even though Malifaux is technically a small model count game, the range is just insane. There's just so many masters, so many different play styles, and all that kind of stuff. In this little katana. Alright. Okay, cool. Alright, so as you can see, the red actually has a pretty good, like, shade to it. It's just not red enough. If that makes sense. It's just not quite as red as we would like. So I think what I want to do, if I can do this without wrecking the miniature, this is good. All right. If I don't wreck the mini, you got to work early. All right, man. Good night, Jacob. Thanks for popping in, dude. Hopefully we can get together soon at some point. Play some games. It'd be awesome. Where is... What I would like to use here is red ink. Not contrast. I want to use red ink for this. And I'm going to have to be very careful about how I do this. Right? So we're going to go red ink like this. And I have the option of using a glaze or turning it into a glaze or just using traditional thinning medium. And I think I'm going to go with the thinning medium. And it's probably going to take a couple of coats to get this how I want it. Right? Ooh. Yeah. This Vallejo red ink is potent stuff. So you got to be careful with it. But if you can properly harness the beast, you can really get your colors to pop. And so the plan here is we're gonna paint in this red. You can see it's already on the first coat. It's already starting to scream red at you, which is what we want. And we want it to still be transparent enough so that you can see the shading and the highlighting work. There, you can already tell that's a nice, that red is gonna pop a little bit better. Yeah, I still really want to play some Aristeia tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna work out, Jose, unless we play like a somewhat early afternoon game. You know? Like 12 o'clock would be ideal for me. If we could play a 12 o'clock game, I'd be super down for that. Right, because I guess no later than like 1:30. Because Bing's looking to play some Malifaux or Guild Ball in the late afternoon, and I really want to do that too, but that's a lot riskier for me to see if I'm around. Your lunch hour and early afternoon are pretty much taken up. Ah! That's a bummer. Alright. Well, I'll just have to figure out something. Okay. Alright. You can see the red's starting to come in pretty nicely. All right, let's do. Let's try some of this ethermatic blue on some of this. All right, on some of the white armor parts. See if I can get some more sort of interest outside of the red, even though this model has a lot going on. I'm going to do that. Actually, that's kind of nice. And that's actually quite nice. Yeah, that actually looks pretty damn cool. And that ethermatic blue there. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. It's looking pretty cool. Let's get a little bit more edging though. I think it's still gonna need some edging. And then we'll do another layer of red ink. Really kind of push that red a little bit. Masker is pretty cool. So doing a little edge highlight here on the shotgun. Yep. Cool. Let's do a little edge highlighting here. Yeah, this weekend I'll work on those navigators a bit more. That may be like a Saturday night stream or something. We'll see. Or Sunday night stream. Working on those. I'm just building a little interest in the tactical trash cans. And get some yellow to highlight that. All right. That's looking pretty good. Okay, yeah, looking pretty good. It's coming along pretty well. Senior massacre here. Let's highlight the yellow trash can. I hate these 25 mil bases. I think they're terrible. I think they're terrible. But that's infinity. Alright. Then I'm going to show you guys some stuff that I probably shouldn't be showing, but I'll show it anyway. Right, I'm gonna kind of break one of my own little principled stands here. So 1 second. So I'm gonna highlight this yellow. Yeah, it just looks silly with these like cool models on it. Like they're just barely hanging on to these tiny little bases. Right? It's almost like watching a football player in like size 5 shoes. It's just kind of weird looking. All right. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So now you can see more tactical trash cans. Here we go. Right, just a little bit of light there. Almost like the tactical trash can smiling at you. Don't forget to throw away your trash, boys and girls. There you go. Alright. Do another coat of red. Do we need another coat of red? Yeah, let's do one more just for good measure here. We'll make sure it's a really light coat. There we go. Alright. That is actually that ink, that little bit of ink is really doing a nice job here punching up this red for us. Alright. And I like tactical trash can and tactical rock. I do not like them. I don't know. Just don't like. I don't. I want just the mini on the base. Tactical rock. You know, I like doing scenic bases. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like tactical rock takes it one step further than I'm willing to go. Whoa. Okay. Pretty good. Just picking up little edges here and there where I can get them. Right. The cool thing about this red, I don't think I think that because I already did the scarlet highlighting and all that, it already looks great. I don't know that I need to I mean, I could do like a pink edge on it, but I think that would just look a little silly. I don't know. You could do orange. Do like an orange edge on it, and we can see if that's right. If that's something that looks okay, because we could always fix it. Let's try it. Try just a little, just a teeny tiny little orange stripe on there. On the edge only. Alright, here we go. It's going to be extremely specific about where this is going. Right? You don't want to, probably red is the most dangerous color to over highlight, because you will inevitably end up with orange or pink. So just be aware of that going in. But I'm doing this so small. So nice, so fashion. Little Uncle Roger. So fashion. Yeah, it's pretty dope. You don't even need. You don't want to go too far with any of this. Just get the extreme edges that you can. Right? And then tease out a little right there, for example. You could tease that out just for a little extra interest. Okay. There you go. There's just so much going on with this model. Okay. Oh. Don't want to do that. Ugh. Sometimes it wants to stay. Let's fix that. Let's just fix that. There we go. Okay. I mean, pretty happy with this. Let's make sure we get as much of the edging as possible here. And then frankly, these are done, right? Okay. All right. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Not much else to do on this model. Okay, cool. All right, let's let me show you some stuff that I'm not I'm not that proud to show you, but it's just for decision points for those of you who uh, did back some of the dreaded Ninja Division stuff over the years that they have mostly bitched out on. I wanted to show you a little bit of, something, not that this makes up for what they've done, but I just wanted to show you for your own reference, right? So they have finished half of the Way of the Fighter minis, and I backed Way of the Fighter specifically for the minis. So the card game is actually a decent. It actually is a decent, fighting card game. But really, for me, I backed it for the minis, and they finally sent the minis. But in order to get the minis, what you had to do was you had to buy something from their store, and then they would send you those minis, right? Oh, Ninja, how far they fall. Yeah. So I ordered this Alabaster Automata for Relic Knights, and I haven't popped it open. But this is a $30 model. They provided a $15 off code, and so I did that, and they shipped me some of the Way of the Fire minis. Actually, 12 out of the 22 minis that we were supposed to get, they sent. And they sent, and it was basically just with this order. So after the discount and $4 shipping, I paid almost $20 for a $30 miniature and a bunch of other stuff. But what I wanted to do right now is actually just sort of look at the quality of the resins, right, and compare them to some other resin stuff that we've used in the past. So this is more for your reference. I'm not promoting this stuff. I do not promote Ninja Division anymore. But for those of you who did back with me, this might look at this as some sort of resource for you. So this is the Automata, and you can already see right there that this mini is not cast very well in the resin, right? There's a big ol' gash problem right here. It may not be the worst thing because I think this covers it up. Not sure exactly. I think it goes like that, and so you don't get the full boudoir experience there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this. Let's see. That's so. It would be this hand. I forget how this goes. Yeah, it's like something like that. But anyways, you could see there's lots of bumps there. We ordered the minis, but in order to get your minis, you already paid for. You had to buy something else from the store to get it in advance. Yes, they swear they're going to send it. They'll send them out even if you don't buy anything. But I just lost my patience. I did want this mini, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll buy this mini that I actually want, and then get my stuff for free. I can feel your outrage through my screen, Jose. And I'm not saying that it's not unjustified. But yeah, this resin it's just okay. Like the detail is decent on it. the pose is a little ridiculous. Look at how bent her leg is there. That's a little ridiculous. The pose is the most ridiculous thing here. So you can see there's going to be some cleanup if I want to, like right there. And there's stuff that you can't clean on resin that just sucks, right? Like this, you won't be able to make this perfectly clean. I would have to fill that if I want that. If I want that to look smooth and how it's supposed to look. But these mold lines and stuff here, you can't clean them. You can't really fix that. Like there's this gash here. There's really no good way to fix that. Surprised there's no. I know, right? All right. Okay. So it's okay. It's just okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Also, no stat card because Relic Knights, is that a thing? I don't know. I'm going to put this back. We're going to look at some more stuff that I got as part of this, okay? So we'll put this back. I don't know when I'm going to get around to painting these. I mean, they're kind of cool. Maybe just for fun I paint that. All right, let's look at the Way of the Fighter minis. So we got 12 minis. Let's look at them 6 at a time. Okay. They all came with these Relic Knights bases, which I absolutely love, actually. I wish they just sold these separately. I would just buy a bunch of these because these are great. They're much better for like Guild Ball, Batman, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's look at these minis, which I'm not going to be using for Way of the Fighter because I don't know, I'm just not that interested in playing the game. But as you can see, some of these guys are a little stuck together. This guy is made out of a really weird cast here. This shiny, it's shiny. This is the weirdest resin. It's shiny and tacky. Weird. If you look at the detail on his face, it's pretty sad. It's pretty pathetic. I mean, I know he's kind of a pin-headed dude. You could paint this to a reasonably good standard, but the no detail on the face just kind of blows. There's not much detail to do here. I mean, there's not much to clean up. That's the good news about this sort of sticky. It's super strong, though. This resin is super strong. And the other thing I really like about this is it's one piece. I love that. This could be a really fun miniature. Right? I could paint that for fun. This miniature here would have been really awesome. But a couple things. Actually, this model has actually pretty good detail on her face. This resin's a little brittle, a la Batman Season 2. I mean, it's okay. It still feels pretty sturdy. But look at here. Big old chunk there missing. Right, we'll have to deal with that. And see this, there's a mold line right there. Trash bubble around the foot. Right, this is like GW Finecast actually. Right, it's a great sculpt, but okay, look at this. See that line there? If that's a mold line, I can't get rid of it. I'm gonna just have to do that and just kind of see if I can break enough of it up so that it's not obvious when I paint it. Right, so I just kind of go through, scrape little bits like that off, right? And then there's just little things like little tags. You see it on Batman too. That's why I hate I just think resin miniatures are terrible. I mean, I've seen some good privately run printed stuff, but resin miniatures that you know are produced in mass scale like this are just really, really inconsistent. Like it's really dicey to deal with that. Impact miniatures, not impact. Tabletop combat, Rumble Slam stuff. Probably some of the best, most consistent resin stuff I've dealt with. So I always give them props whenever I'm trashing resin. Look at there's a hole right there. To get this, I gotta clean that, right? I mean, the face is fun on this. This I could actually paint to a really good standard. I'm gonna have to resculpt that bottom of the foot, or I'm just gonna, what I might do is just clip the foot, make it, a little smoother there, and just make it look like she has a super tiny foot. But that's kind of bad too. All right. So, and you can see 2 different batches of resin and 2 very different outcomes on this. All right. Next up. Okay, got 3 dudes all kind of stuck together here. This guy's head appears to be stuck on that guy's butt. But this is the shiny stuff again. It's kind of like a spun cast resin. This sculpt is actually quite good. This one's actually, look at the detail on the feet. It's good. This one's actually, yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like you could paint something quite nice out of that. By the way, these would make awesome Guild Ball minis, so. Alright, anyways. There's this dude. His facial detail kind of blows. But very little cleanup. There's another hole there. Another gash here. Not too bad. Buffman's not too bad. Look at this guy. Right? His fingers are doing weird things, and there's a weird tag right here that I'm going to have to clip off. If there weren't so many broskies, maybe I could just make a Guild Ball team out of this. Alright, I need more female minis, but look at this guy. He's alright. And then you got the robot here. It's actually a pretty dope sculpt. I like this one a lot, but the little antenna looks like they snapped. If you have Harry Potter minis, you know the pain of a snapped antenna, or in your case, wand. That's not bad. I mean, this could be a very fun model just to play around with non-metallic metals. But see that gash there? That sucks. Right? There's no great way to clean that. It's just the mold kind of slipping. Right? Not bad. So 4 dudes, a lady, and a robot. I mean, this could be this right here could be Locust. I don't know. Right? You could have this could be either a pin vise or one of the velocities. Let's put these back. All right, let's look at the other 6. All right, so these are the older. This is like an older set. I can tell just by how the resin is cast. It's not that shiny spun cast stuff. This is way more like like Batman season 2 stuff. Right, here's like your Dawson type guy. I can't tell if he has hair. The facial details are atrocious on this. There's just nothing. Right? There's really nothing there. You're gonna have to freehand a lot of that. And why are his nipples so prominent? This guy has weird musculature. Okay. Then you have this is the only composite model, and it would have been okay if you didn't have all this trash going on down here, right? It's just not smooth. So like, there's no great way to get this thing back to like a smooth thing. The details on the face, again, pretty bad. Here's the little girl. So this could be, if you wanted to do like Cosmo, you could do like a Cosmo proxy using this mini, right? Because you got a little girl with, being protected by a genie. So she sits pretty vertically like that. Now her detail is actually not terrible. It's actually not bad at all. Very little cleanup. You clean up under the feet, and that's it. And she's doing this little chi power there with her hand. It's kind of cool, right? So that's not bad. It's just a fun little composite little model. That's super fun, right? Then you have this guy. It's like a parkour model. Again, it's kind of neat. I am kind of impressed that it's a single piece, and you have, stuff like these belts, which may not be, perfectly executed. That's still fairly impressive. It's hard to do that with resin, right? And there's really not even any supports to deal with. Got brass knuckles, right? This could be a seasoned spigot, I guess, if you pushed hard enough for that. Then you have this rather well-endowed lady here. Her facial details are pretty bad, right? You'd have to spend some time freehanding that face. You got a gap right here. Her resin is fairly brittle. So you gotta be careful when you're doing cleanup, that kind of stuff. See all this crud right in there. That's something to deal with in there. I don't know. It's not the worst sculpt I've ever seen, but it's definitely, as far as resin is concerned, it's just sort of run of the mill. Right, the same defects I expect to see in most companies' resins, I see here. I'll say it again. I do think resin minis are kind of a sham. All right, then you got this dude here. I think he's just kind of anime main character. His pose is pretty cool. He's got all kinds of just tiny little bits of trash to deal with his face. Like, his face has a little bit of detail to it. It's not terrible. I do like his pose. These guys are gigantic. Whoops. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't break him. Well, that was a cool test. We did a drop test. Did he survive it? He did. Not too bad. But they're gigantic. Look at the scale of that guy. He's huge. Right? That guy is huge. Senior Massacre. Pretty cool. And then this mini, which is a great little anime like pose, right? I love her little jog, and she's got really big goofy feet. She's got a little grin. That's nice. You got a little grin. You got a little facial detail there. The eye detail is kind of terrible, but it's not the worst, right? Oh, I left the guy in the thing. Oh, I think we saw him. Yeah, we saw this guy with the weird nipples. Nipples, man. Anyway. So we got those, right? So we got 12 out of the 22 Way of the Fighter minis. And then also as part of the Kickstarter, the crossover minis. And there's actually a lot of crossover minis. So now we've got, so they also sent SDE stuff. Hold on. 1 second. Okay. So we're going to look at, so there's a bunch of these too, right? So Songbird Candy. And these resins are a lot like Batman Season 2 resin minis. Oh, you get Candy and you get Twilight Cola there. Just typical Bard stats. For those of you who play SDE. It's still a fun game. I play with my son. But yeah, these resins are very much like that. They're very much similar to like Batman Season 2. Season 3 resin is very different. It's very rubbery. There's a messed up mold line right there. This is annoying. These bases are terrible. I may have to go find some dungeon bases or something. Right? If I ever wanted to do a gender bend elven nomad, I guess. Chibi form. Here's my chance. Could do that for Guild Ball, right? There you go. Entertainers Guild. And Cola. So these like supports, stuff like that. This makes me wonder if I will get the SDE minis that were promoted. Yeah, I don't know. Did you ever get your Siege of the Citadel Kickstarter? Did you get the rest of it, I guess? I don't know. I really wasn't into the Kickstarter for the SDE minis. I could care less. That said, Chibi is very fun to paint. So, it's nice to have this cool stuff. Let's see. The sound effects. Finish it. Fatality. Let's see. And you got Ferris. I don't even know what. That's just a steampunk guy. Let's see. It's okay. This is an okay mini. I mean, I'm not like deeply compelled to put this together and paint it. It does tell me though, if I'm going to do an RPG, I'm going to do a 100% chibi RPG. I still think that would be a fun thing to do for the channel. Kind of like what we did in years past with like Nelson, Andrew, and Leah. We did that like art like fake RPG. They will be shipping out in the next 2 or 3 months. Look at this, Albertus. Here's the big buff dude, right? He's got kind of like a Leonidas type theme to him. Except where's his spear? Oh, it's a sword. I see. Get the core early and rest later, or all 3 waves. Okay. Let's see. To get. I don't like that he has a sword though. I wanted him like fully Leonidas like that. He is a Dark Celestian hero. It's actually a pretty damn cool mini for a chibi. Pretty cool. Like, these are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. SDE is still a game that my son and I break out and play, and I actually will bring it to into the public and play it with normies. Pretty fun. Still a very fun game. Let's see. Ooh, Severina. So Severina is that one really well endowed lady. Who is definitely like a Marie Claude cosplay. That's a pretty great looking chibi, not gonna lie. So she's got the cool little wizard hat. She's got a dragon staff. The detail on the face is fantastic. Yeah, these are pretty good. Not gonna lie. These are pretty good. And there's lots of them, guys. There's lots. We're still going. There's that Lumion Zacadia, so you can see the little genie and the little girl there. Oh my! That's freaking awesome. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. I hate praising this company. That's great. Man, that's awesome. What's the stats like? Big ol' healer. Stats are actually kind of trash. Lots of support though. Pretty much a pure support piece. Super fun. Damn it. Damn them. Now I kind of want to play SDE. SDE can be fun. With like, we could, go to GameCraft, play some SDE. Ren. Boring. Ryu guy. I wonder if stats are fun. After every movement point spent, immediately make 1 melee attack. This model's arm is reduced to 1 until its next activation and may not be increased by equipment. So guys, this guy just punches as he walks. That's kind of fun. Okay, we get El Falcon. Just a flying luchador with wings. It's like a cupid luchador. See, okay, that's crap. See that? Hold on, let me show you. That's crap. See that? That sucks. Luckily, this model's not great anyway. Who cares? But it's just a lot of shit here. Keep going. Aurelia. She's got this weird flaming halo. It's actually a really nice sculpt. Damn them. I have so much SDE that you could like. I could literally have a character. I could have a unique character for everybody that comes into Comic Quest, and be like, "That's your character." Every time you play SDE with us, you are that character. Why is it so much resin on this sprue? This character is more sprue than it is miniature. Cool mini though, really nice. Really nice mini. Yeah, we're still going, guys. There's a billion of these models. Look at this pirate dude. Pretty fire. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh. Pretty awesome. He's super boring, though. Except you get to draw an additional treasure. That's kind of cool. Alright, I think there's only 2 more. Okay, look at it. I'm just gonna look at. Oh, that's great. That's a. Right. Yeah, it's good. Good spellcaster stat. Ooh, look at her. Ooh, she got tiny little pieces. Well, that's not so great. So her little arms. Why did they decide to do that? That's a little ridiculous. So her little, each little arm is separate? That kind of was. That's not so great. But the sculpt overall. Like, why did they do that? This does look a lot like, the Halloween kit. Actually, yeah, like that. Not too bad. That's a pretty cool sculpt. I just don't know, like, unless I jump into another painting challenge and be like, when am I going to have time to paint all this stuff? I don't know. Alright, last one, guys. That's a lot of stuff, though. Right? Yes, I paid $20. I got a model that is kind of cool. But then I got all of this other because they owe me it, because I paid for that as well. So lots of rules. And lots of sprue on Kasi. Oh, look. Well, a little Dia de los Muertos style mask on her. It's pretty awesome. Is there a way I could paint this and post it on social media and not give that company credit for it? Could I not? Yeah. Resin still sucks. I just don't like resin. I just don't think I will ever. I think really the only resin that I enjoy dealing with is, frankly, it's Rumble Slam stuff. Batman 3rd edition resin is just weird because it's so rubbery. It's a lot like trying to clean PVC. This is more like Batman 2nd edition resin, where, okay, it's, it can look nice, but you get weird lines in it and stuff, and then it ends up being very brittle. I don't know. What are the little voodoo dolls? She's got a crossbow. Yeah, there's, like, these are cool. I'm not gonna lie, they're cool, but yeah. But with these games being mostly dead and me not really, I want to play them, but I don't know. I already have a full KR case of just. Actually, I have like 3 or 4 KR cases full of just chibi between SDE and Ninja All Stars. I have all that stuff. It's just a lot. So, okay. Well, yeah, we we stopped painting a long time ago because I wanted to look at that stuff actually on air. But yeah, so here's Hannibal and Senor Masakara. Fun models, fun paints. Um, Gonna try to get this back to Jose at some point over the weekend. I don't know. He seems to be a very busy guy. So we'll see when we can get these back over to you. But yeah, we're gonna call it because I'm not gonna start another project at this point, but I will be painting some navigators over this weekend, just so you guys know. All right, so that is gonna do it for this stream. Want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys. And Chris, let me know if you're around for gaming tomorrow. We'll figure it out. Have a good night, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.